Hey, what's going on, guys? I've been wanting to make this video for a while now. The past couple weeks I've been seeing online a bunch of people have been turning their apple juice into hard cider, and it looked like something that'd be pretty fun to try. I tried it out and it worked really good. This time around I'm doing a couple things different, some things I think that'll help us out a little bit. But without further ado, I'd like to show you how I do it, and feel free to try it and let me know what you think. So the first thing you will need is 100% apple juice. It can be from concentrate, it doesn't matter, just as long as it's 100% juice. And when you look at the back of it, you want to make sure that it doesn't have any preservatives. Now if it says it has ascorbic acid, that is okay, that's just vitamin C. That's not gonna mess with our yeast in any way, so that's good. And I went ahead and got 3 of these. Last time I did it in the 64-ounce containers. This time I went for the full gallons. So hopefully we get a little bit more bang for our buck. Also, these were only $2 at Walmart. The 64 ounces I bought were like $5 a piece. So I'm hoping it works out just as good. The next thing you'll need is some pure sugar. Just regular old sugar, also Walmart brand. So, and this is where you can really get anything you want. I just bought the generic instant active yeast. They sell them in 3 packs, they're super cheap. I think it was less than $1 for this, so that's cool. The bad thing with this though is if you're not using champagne yeast, which this is not, this is just regular baking yeast, this is gonna die off when your alcohol is 5 to 10%. And if you have champagne yeast, they can go upwards, 30, 40%. So not gonna have as much alcohol with this, but this is super cheap and I can't find any champagne yeast near me, so that's what I got. You also, if you don't have any airlocks for the top of your apple juice containers, good old balloons. I use the 12-inch balloons because they grow bigger and you won't have as much likelihood of a mess. So got some good old orange balloons there. Not going to use all the apple juice, we have to drain some of it off, so I've got a little container here. Didn't want to pour that out and waste it. Measuring cup and a bowl for the sugar because I don't have a funnel. So all you have to do to make this is open it up. Then set your caps aside, rinse those off. You'll be using them when you're all done with this. Alright. Go ahead and put my sugar in here. Now say we'll use 2 cups of sugar per one. See how that looks. The importance of the sugar is this is what our yeast is going to feed upon. Now the first time that I did this, I didn't add sugar. I used just the natural sugar that was in the apple juice itself. And one of the problems I ran into was it seemed like they ran through that sugar supply pretty quick, and by the 3rd or 4th day the balloon was already starting to collapse upon itself. So these are going to be some fat gluttonous hog yeast, I hope, and they're going to excrete a lot of alcohol, which we will really like. So pour off a little bit. The reason we do this is it's gonna bubble up as we make it, so we really don't want it bubbling up into the balloon. That looks about good. Yeah, we'll go down a little bit farther. Not trying to make a mess here. Yeah, right to about that first line. That'll be good. Okay. See if I can add our first bit of sugar here. All right. Now I'll just give that a good shake. Just want to make sure all that sugar gets dissolved in there. We don't want any sitting at the bottom. All right, there's one. That's going to be some sweet apple juice right there. Right. Down the hatch for number 2. Well, that kind of worked. Most of it went in there. Alright. Let's shake that fucker up. And the last one. I wonder if I just put it in there straight from here. Oh, that works so much better. I really need to get a fucking funnel. Alright, shake this one out. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Let me clean up some of this sugar here. Next time I'll definitely have a funnel so I don't get all this everywhere. Okay, now the fun part. Take these lids back off. We'll give them a rinse, set them aside. And now we will add our yeast. 1 packet is all we should need for these. It's actually going to be a little bit too much yeast, but it won't be bad. It'll just stay unactivated in the bottom and we'll throw it out when we rack it. Alright. Screw the lid back on. You just want to mix it up. Get that yeast all partially dissolved. Alright. Let's do the next one here. Now, two things are going to happen within the next day. One is it's going to start foaming. Now that's going to be because the reason that happens is as the yeast is breaking down the sugars, it's going to have two byproducts, one of which is going to be CO2, and you'll see that with the bubbles. That's also what's going to fill up our balloon. The second thing is going to be ethanol alcohol, which is what we're desiring. So, and next time we do this, we will go find some champagne yeast and see how much power we can pack into this shit. Alright, those are all mixed up pretty good. Now that we got all that done, open up our balloons. And there we go, pop them right on the top. Now I'll post a few updates of these as the week goes, just so you can see how they fill up and what to expect and whatnot. Last time, a couple of my balloons popped. They got small air leaks. It wasn't a big problem. There was positive pressure still in the bottle, so it didn't allow any oxygen in, but I'm hoping this time they just stay inflated. Alright, and there you have it. In 7 days you will have some high-grade upscale prison hooch, and the next video, hopefully what we'll do is drink all this shit. Well, not all of it, but we'll drink a lot of it, and we'll let you know how it is. And like I said, if you try this at home, let me know what you think.